So there's something you guys all need to know about. So there's a measure coming up in June of 2026 in San Diego, and it was sponsored by council member Elo Rivera, who needs to be fired. We cannot keep people in here that do stupid stuff like this. So what he's proposing right now is a tax on non-occupied second homes in San Diego. Now, what he's saying is, we're going to free up inventory for people to buy houses, and then we're going to be able to raise extra money to pay for our budget shortfalls. All right, so what they're proposing is that any property that's a second home, or it's let's say it's a short-term rental or a rental, whatever it is, that's not occupied for at least half of a year, an additional $8,000 to $10,000 taxes, punitive taxes for not using their property. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this. When we create new taxes, and he's saying that, we'll raise new taxes, we'll do things like this. Well, let's just kind of go through some of the taxes in the past that were great ideas that failed epically. Well, wealth taxes. We have California wealth taxes coming up. That is the dumbest thing. That has been tried so many times in history, mostly through Europe, and every single time it has failed miserably, yet we in California, we can't seem to remember that, or maybe even just look at history. All it does is drive people out, all right? Think of the luxury tax of the 90s. What happened there? Did it raise more money? No, it actually reduced the tax revenue for the state, and completely decimated industries. And then now we've got, I just mentioned earlier, that billionaire tax coming up in California. All right, well, let's just take a quick look at all the billionaires that just took off, because that's what rich people can do, is they can just leave the state. Larry Page and Sergey Brin of Google, gone. Zuckerberg, gone. Elon Musk, gone. Peter Thiel, gone. Travis Kalanick, gone. Larry Ellison, gone. Jeff Bezos, gone. David Sachs, gone. Steven Spielberg, gone. Howard Schultz, gone. Hollywood, gone. All right, all these things, these punitive tax measures that these politicians think are going to be great, we're going to raise all this extra money. No, you're not. All right, so let's go back to this one for Elo Rivera. He wants to create, to free up houses and raise tax revenue for people that have second homes in San Diego. Well, when you start a punitive taxes, yeah, you know what, Elo, it might work out really well for you, because you might create extra inventory of houses, but not just those second homes, also their primary residence, because you know what these people are going to do? They're going to leave. Every time we try and punish people that actually have money, all they do is they leave. They take their money and leave. And you have to think about who's paying the bills in California. Do you know the top 1% of the people in California pay 49% of all the taxes? And these stupid policies are just driving them out of California. So let me ask you, when they leave, and they will, who's going to pay the bill? Is it going to be you? Yeah, it's going to be you. Remember, the IRS was created in 1913 to just tax 1% of the top population, the 1% of the richest people, just 1% of their income. And that's the way it is today, right? No, everybody pays. Everybody pays all the time, because once they open up Pandora's box, this is the direction it goes. All right, we have to vote this stuff down, and we have to vote idiots like Sean Elo Rivera out of office. These people can't be here. They are ruining the state. This has got to stop.